Bon, on commence. Aujourd'hui, on va discuter le style indirect ou bien le discours rapporté. Le style indirect ou le discours rapporté, c'est très, très important. Donc, il faut le maîtriser. Nous avons ici une phrase très, très simple ici. On dit, he says en anglais. On commence en anglais. He says, I am coming. Ça, c'est direct speech. Style direct. Pas indirect. Ou bien ce n'est pas un discours rapporté, mais c'est un style direct. Ou bien le discours direct. He says, I am coming. Even if you have this in English, how will you report it in English? He says, I am coming. How will you put that in English? He says, I am coming. And you are asked to report it. How will it be? This is a French one. Il dit, je viens. C'est la même chose. He says, I'm coming. That's what I put in French here. And I'm saying, how will you report this in English? He says, I am coming. Oui. Qui parle? You raise your hand if you want to talk. Il dit, je viens. Ou bien, he says, I am coming. Report that in English, not even in French, before we come to French. He says, I am coming. How will it be in English? He says, I'm coming. This is direct speech. Now we want the reported speech. We want the reported speech. The reported speech will be heard. Reported speech, the same structure, sentence. Or indirect speech. Where, how will it be? We have to call you by name if you don't talk. Wait, hello, class. How will it be? Reported speech or indirect speech?
This is uncommon.
Again? Can't you raise your hand and talk? Okay, if you don't want to talk, let me help you. Okay, Prince.
So he said he was coming.
He said he was coming. He said he was coming. Is that what he said?
Yes, sir.
No, ce n'est pas correct. It's never he said he was coming. Ce n'est pas correct, Prince. It's so simple. Since you don't, okay, he says, you can even bring that or you omit it. Not he says that it was coming. Maybe you have to explain. He says he is coming. That's how it should be. He says he's coming, or he says that he's coming. Now look at this very well. If the introductory verb is in the present tense, so the introductory verb is he says. He says. So it's in the present tense or future. There will be no change in the tenses of the verb that tell or recount what the person has said. So you can't just come and change here, he was coming. This is exactly what I'm saying. Read this and understand. This one is in English. If the introductive verb, he says, for instance, he says, the introductive verb here is he says, you cannot, or it's in the future, you cannot change. We shouldn't change. We shouldn't change. There is no need to change the tense of the verbs that tell or recount what the person has said. Like the indirect, the direct, discourse here or utterance here. You shouldn't come and change. This is a direct discourse we have reported. He is coming. So you shouldn't change it to he was coming. No, because of this. You get the point? C'est bien compris? So it's the same in French. Il dit, il vient. So the reported speech will be heard. En français, il dit qu'il vient. Comme ça, il dit qu'il vient. Il dit qu'il vient. It's the same thing. It should be, if you look at it, this is a dot. He says that, but in French, it's compulsory for you to bring the il here. Not il dit vient, mais il dit qu'il vient. It's in English that you may opt, you may decide to omit the dot. But in French, you can't say il dit, il vient. No. Even if that one is done, then you have to bring apostrophe, you have to bring comma to show a pause. Il dit, il vient. Il dit, il vient, or something. You have to see how to structure it. But if you look at it to be like this, K, but because this is about E, c'est une voyelle, il aussi c'est une voyelle, il faut supprimer E et vous mettez apostrophe comme ça. C'est ça. Il vient. Il dit qu'il vient. C'est ça, il faut dire. Donc, il ne faut pas oublier ça. Mais si, disons, vous avez quelque chose comme il ou bien he said, okay, let me, as usual, translate whatever is there in English. He said, then we have, I am coming. The same structure. He said, I am coming. Yeah. Don't forget, because this is, he said, the interrogative part is past tense, here must also change to be past. Here must also change to be past. The tense might be past when you are reporting. So the construction will be what? Will be what? He said he was coming. He said he was coming. Said he was coming. This is English. Or he said that he was coming. You can, as usual, as I said, that can be omitted. But you can't omit it just in French here. So that he was coming. He said that he was coming. So en français, ça doit être comment? Can somebody tell her how the French one will be? The same thing you are translating. That would be all. If you are to translate, he said, I am coming. And then you are to put it in indirect speech. You say, he said that he was coming. This is it. How will the French one be? Yes, the equivalent in French will be what? Elle a dit. Then you put this in bracket. Il vient, the same il vient, the same structure, the same thing. Don't forget that, the same il vient. And then that is a direct speech. And if you must report it, then that will be how? Elle a dit. Qu'il venait. That's it. Il a dit qu'il venait. This is how it's supposed to be. Donc, il ne faut pas oublier ça. C'est la même chose même en anglais. C'est la même chose en anglais. He says, I am coming. If the introductory part is in the present tense, the main tense too must be in the present. But you have to observe the change when it comes to the tenses or the subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement, subject-verb. So here he said, not, you can't come and say here, he said, and then you write here, I was coming. No. But because he said he was coming, he said he was coming, you are reporting. C'est la même chose en français. Elle a dit qu'elle venait. Elle a dit qu'elle venait. So you need to know the tenses. What tenses? Elle a dit. Ça c'est en français c'est quoi? We saw that. En français c'est quoi? Elle a dit c'est quoi? Le passé composé. OK? Qu'elle venait. 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 What tense is venait? What tense is venait? Le verbe venait. C'est quoi? En français, ça c'est le verbe venir. And then the form, c'est quoi? Quelle forme c'est? Le verbe venait. C'est quelle forme? What form is it? Est-ce que c'est le présent, passé composé, le plus que parfait, l'imparfait, et ainsi de suite? Ça c'est quoi? Class, are you here?
Oui, monsieur.
So, what tense is venait? Ça c'est quoi? Ça c'est l'imparfait. You need to master the imperfect tense. Okay? You need to master it. Even if you didn't do l'imparfait, le plus que parfait, le passé composé, please go to the learning management platform. I have some slides there that I've uploaded there on l'imparfait, le plus que parfait, le passé composé, le futur proche, et ainsi de suite. You have to master them before you can take part in this, or you can understand it. If not, it will not be difficult. It will not be easy for you. Bon. Donc, c'est ça. So you can see that passé composé, this is past progressive, and the past progressive, what you use in French here is l'imparfait. He said that he was coming. Said that he was coming. Il a dit qu'il venait. Il a dit qu'il venait. Ça, c'est correct. Donc, il ne faut pas oublier ça. OK, on continue. On continue. Right? So, as we said, if it's in the present or future, you shouldn't change. So, the next one, Kwame dit, this is the present tense. Kwame dit au présent, je viendrai. Kwame dit qu'il viendra. So this thing is that this is the direct speech. And Kwame is Kwame who says. So Kwame says that he will come. You shouldn't come and change this to anything. This is the same future. But here, first person form, singular. And this is a third person singular. That's why it's viendra. Kwame dit qu'il viendra. Ou bien il dit qu'il viendra. David dira. This is futur simple. Ça aussi c'est futur simple. David dira. David will say, je suis venu. When this one is in the future time or futur simple, you don't have to change this one. So David dira qu'il est venu. So the same passé composé, simply because the introductory verb is in the future time. So David dira qu'il est venu. Le passé composé, the same passé composé, suis venu, je suis venu ici, devient qu'il est venu. Il est venu. Marie dit, je viendrai. Mary says, I should come. This one is all. Le conditionnel présent. Le conditionnel présent, je viendrai. And then you just continue by saying, Marie dit qu'elle viendrait. Qu'elle viendrait. The same conditionnel présent. This is how the first person singular form of the verb venir in the present or present conditionnel should be. And then the third person singular form of the verb venir in the present conditional will be viendrait. So we don't change the tense here. C'est ça. Donc, Marie dit qu'elle viendrait. On continue. Marie dira. Ça, ici, c'est le futur simple. Ça, c'est au futur simple. Future time. Je venais. Je venais is on the form of l'imparfait. That is imperfect tense. So, and the introductory part is future. So, as usual, you don't change. We say, Marie dira qu'elle venait. So, this is venait, venait. But here the difference is the third person is singular because it's elle. Marie dira is Mary who is talking or who spoke. Ma mère dit, je suis française. Then you continue, once is the present tense. Ma mère dit qu'elle est française. You don't have to change it. Ma mère dit qu'elle est française. La même chose. Parce que ma mère dit, je suis française. Donc, pour faire le discours rapporté, ça doit être ma mère dit qu'elle est française. Et finalement, on dit, elle dit. She says, it's also au présent, dit present tense, as you have seen. Je suis fatigué. Elle dit qu'elle est fatiguée. You don't change the suis to any other, this will change it to est. This is a third person singular. Je suis to est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, elles sont, ou bien elles sont, as you can see. You don't change anything. So I hope you have understood. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez poser. Okay, Prince.
Monsieur, please, the slide is still on the first show, so we couldn't see the second thing.
Oh, c'est vrai? Then let me stop sharing and share it again. C'est la même, c'est dommage alors. Il arrive. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, that is it. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez poser. So you can see that there is no change when it comes to the major tense. Okay, the direct verb, which is this is viendrait, future, because this one, the introductory part is Kwame dit. The second one, the introductory part is David dira, it's future. David will say. So the passé composé, je suis venu. Also, we don't change it. But the only thing is the subject verb here becomes elle. So elle est venu, but the tense itself is not changed. That is what we are saying. So the same applies to all that we have over here. So si vous avez des questions sur ça, vous pouvez poser avant de continuer. So the key issue is that you need to master the tenses. If you don't know the tenses, all that I'm saying, you won't get it. Because as I'm saying, this is future, this is present. When it's present tense or future time, the introductory part, because the introductory part is in the present tense or future time, you shouldn't change the main verb that recounts or that tells what the person has said, okay, when you are reporting. But if you don't know that this is present, this is future, how will you go about? You don't know that this is passé composé, how will you maintain it? You don't know that this is l'imparfait. How do you change from present to imperfect and all that? Donc, il faut comprendre ça bien. OK, on continue. Si vous n'avez pas de questions, s'il n'y a pas de questions, on peut continuer. So you can see the second part. I've already explained that to you. If the introductory verb is in the past, there will be changes in the tenses of the verb in the subordinate clause. Can you all see that? I hope you can all see what I've just read. Bon. If the introductive verb is in the past tense, for instance, it's the passé composé, present tense changes to imperfect. Ça devient à l'imparfait ou bien l'imparfait ici. Le présent devient l'imparfait. L'imparfait. So if you don't know le présent, you don't know l'imparfait en français. Ce sera très difficile pour vous. Ce sera très difficile pour vous. C'est ça. So, elle a dit, because the introductory verb is in the past. We saw that. When, for example, the one I said, elle a dit, je viens. So you can see that I will change it to, elle a dit qu'il venait. I hope you remember that. So venait is l'imparfait. Simply because the introductory part is in the past. Elle a dit, ça c'est le passé composé. Donc, il faut changer ça. OK? Ça devient, elle a dit qu'elle venait. That's exactly what we are saying here. And I gave you an example. So you continue. Elle a dit, j'arrive à 4 heures. Elle a dit, j'arrive à 4 heures. Why is that? This is, she said, elle a dit, j'arrive à 4 heures. She said, I am coming at 4 o'clock. Elle a dit qu'elle arrivait. The verb is arriver à 4 heures. Because arrive devient arriver. C'est ça. Ma mère a dit, je suis française. My mother said, I am French. So I am French, we change to, ma mère a dit qu'elle était française. So this is a sense dit. I think the computer or whatever change it, thinking it's wrong was that. But this is française. It should be a sense, it's a sense dit. Why is that? So this is suis, je suis français. So suis will change to become était because of elle. So take note. Le professeur a dit, je suis enseignant-chercheur. Le professeur a dit, je suis enseignant-chercheur. Le professeur a dit qu'il était. So, était enseignant-chercheur. Le professeur a dit, je suis enseignant-chercheur. Le professeur a dit qu'il était enseignant-chercheur. Vous voyez ça? So, because of a dit, je suis will become il était. Je suis will become il était. So, that's why qu'il était enseignant-chercheur. So, the present tense becomes l'imparfait. C'est ça. Elle a dit, je vais en ville. She said, I am going to town. Then, elle a dit qu'il allait. Ça devient allait. V ou devient aller en ville. Elles ont dit, nous allons en ville. Elles ont dit, nous allons en ville. Elles ont dit, nous allons en ville. They said, that is the female, like the feminine plural form of il. That is a male. Elles ont dit, the ladies said, or the women said, nous allons en ville. We are going to town. There is a, elles ont dit, qu'elles allaient en vie. Elles ont dit qu'elles allaient en vie. Aller en vie. C'est ça. C'est ça. C'est bien compris? So, take note. Au présent, le présent devient l'imparfait. When the introductory part is in the past, for instance, a dit, a remarqué, OK? A remarqué, a dit, a demandé. Il faut comprendre que ça doit devenir l'imparfait. If the introductory part is in the past, as you can see here, the present tense becomes l'imparfait. C'est compris? C'est bien compris? Oui, je crois que c'est bien compris. Et nous avons future perfect becomes past conditional. Regardons. Je disais, mon ami sera déjà sorti. This is sera sorti. This is future perfect. Avant le petit déjeuner, je disais que mon ami serait. So future perfect become past conditional. Mon ami serait sorti avant le petit déjeuner. Ici, il y a un accent ici, à Saint-Aiguille ici, il ne faut pas oublier ça. Maintenant, passé composé becomes plus que parfait, plus perfect. Le professeur a demandé, nous avons écrit nos devoirs. The teacher asked, we have written or we wrote our assignment or homework. Then you write by reporting, le professeur a demandé, asked, si nous avions écrit nos devoirs. Le professeur a demandé si nous avions écrit nos devoirs. So, avons écrit, ça c'est le passé composé. Avions écrit, ça c'est le plus que parfait. Avons écrit, nous avons écrit, ça c'est le passé composé ou bien past perfect, as you can see here. Et maintenant, le passé composé devient le plus que parfait. Avions écrit. Avions écrit. If you don't know le plus que parfait, l'imparfait, le passé composé, as I said, please. We have some slides there. We did that last semester, second semester. We have some slides there, or even operational friends, some of the videos that I have there, I've uploaded there. Go through, download them and study so that you understand what you are doing. You need to know all the tenses, the major tenses that we have discussed so far. Donc, c'est ça. Si vous avez des questions, vous avez des problèmes, vous pouvez poser. Mes étudiants, je vous écoute. Avez-vous des questions? Avez-vous des commentaires? Avez-vous des problèmes? Je vous écoute alors. Merci bien. Alors, classe, si vous avez des questions, vous avez des problèmes, il faut poser vite. Ou bien, c'est bien compris? C'est bien compris?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui, monsieur.
Vous n'avez pas de questions, pas de problèmes, pas de commentaires? Oui? Si vous avez des problèmes, vous avez des commentaires, il faut poser sur ça. Bon, merci bien. Si vous n'avez pas de questions.